Hi, Shell.
And hello to all you other wonderful weirdos watching.
Back in the spot. This one's a quick one. It's only like a few pages. But have anybody ever stopped reading a story just to flick to the front and check the date in which things were written? um There's just this one paragraph in particular. Oh boy. Two women stood outside a washateria, smoking and comparing pregnancies. What a time to forget this was written in the 1970s. 50 years ago, might I add. 50 years ago. Oh, what a different time 50 years ago was. Well, yikes. So, this story is basically this man just walking down the street singing do I diddy diddy dum diddy do. Yes, I will bring that song back. I mean, I did for one of the other stories in here, so naturally. I mean, at least it ain't an ironing machine that's shuffling down the street. Yeah, he is basically high as a kite. He is smiling. He is well dressed. He is basically off to see Nora. Norma, is it? Yeah, Norma. He basically smiles and waves at this old lady who greets him as hello beautiful. He is doing that. Basically what came to mind was that Friends episode where Ross is like really happily like skipping down the street and two ladies sitting on a bench going, well, somebody got some last night. That's basically what came to mind, because this man is literally off to see his love, and boy does it show. He is very, very happy. He's like got that swing in his step. Everybody who sees him knows, yeah, he's in love. And even some people commenting, going to their partners, why don't you look at me like that anymore? And even the women who are pregnant are like looking at him thinking that their days of getting flowers are long gone, which speaks to a different relationship cycle that just naturally happens, and it's quite sad. Yeah, you keep buying people flowers after the, marriage and children bit. But anyways, so he stops to buy flowers. He has a little chuckle with the person buying. So he's buying flowers. He's having a chuckle with the person selling the flowers, and like the conversation about what flowers to buy, etc. And so he just keeps walking down the street with his nice little rose flowers. I don't know what the exact particular name of them was. Tea roses. So he's got some tea roses wrapped up nice, ready to hand to his love, his Norma. He's going to go see her, and by the time he gets to his destination, it's even dark out. The stars are all shining, and that was the point where I was getting bored. Like, I should know I should not get bored in Stephen King stories, because every time I get bored, that's when the thing starts to happen. And I was just like, oh god, this is just kind of sickening to read, because this man is just like skipping down the street and I don't care, and it's just a little boring. I mean, yeah, the details of New York is kind of going over my head because I don't know what it's like being there, but at the same time it's also very atmospheric at the same time. And there's also that lovely little snippet whilst he's at that flower stand that he is in such a good mood going to see Norma that the bad news on the radio is the only news that is ever spouted over the radio, and it's all bad things like Russia's detonated a nuke test, etc., etc. Something about Vietnam. crime overload, etc., war on heroin, Russians exploded a nuclear device. Basically, the things that are bad news, they don't faze him, they don't worry him. And you kind of also get the feeling that we have been so desensitized to bad news anyways, because that's all news is bad news. We're just getting what, like, it just washes over us and we're just like, oh, another thing, okay, on with our lives. And so yeah, he just keeps going, happy as can be. Even listening to that girl skipping, singing that typical sitting in a tree, K-I-S-S-I-N-G. He doesn't care. He's happy. He's keep going, and he gets to finally see Norma. I keep thinking it's Nora. Oh my god. He gets to his destination. The stars are out by that time. How far away is she? Oh my god. The New York springtime descriptions were lovely, and yeah, by the time he gets to see Norma, there's that lovely description of every time he sees her, he gets that surprise. He feels surprised, and he just goes, "Hey, Norma!" And then hands the gift of roses over. She hands them back, going, "This is not this. I think you're mistaken. My name is." And before anything else happens, he pulls out a hammer from his pocket and hits her before she can scream, and then walks off back to normal, because Norma's been dead for 10 years, and every single time he hands somebody flowers, they aren't Norma, and so he has to stop them from screaming, so he hits them with a hammer, and he's done this about 5 times. Yeah, every time I get bored in a Stephen King story, he kind of pulls a hammer out of pocket and hits me over the head with it, just as much as this guy hits people over the head with a hammer because he doesn't want them to scream. Yeah, this came out of left field. You just did not expect that to happen. At all. And then he tosses the roses down, red in with the white and yellow petals. Yeah. Only a few pages. Boy, that came out of nowhere. It came out of nowhere. Yeah. Because it gave very little hint until, like, the very end, when his vision goes blurry about her face. And it was very awkward reading it at work because there were people in the break room with me, and I'm just like, WTF is happening? Okay. So, yeah, that was this week's short story. Short and sweet, but hey. Well, I wouldn't say short and sweet. It had a sweet beginning. It had a sweet beginning, very bitter end, and I kind of liked it. I think my sense of humor is like normal everyday life, and then somebody does something very random out of left field. Yeah, I mean, I think I kind of like that in a horror as well. So, or any kind of thing that just twists the everyday. So, yeah. Even though it was very short, there was that lovely little thing. Everybody commenting about relationships on the way, even if this relationship dynamic did not have that expectation that it built to within the few pages. It definitely gave a commentary, because people don't see what is going on. They're just seeing this happy in love man, and they're commenting on their own relationship. Yeah. Anyways, you never know what's going on under the surface, I guess. So yeah, I got hit over the head with a hammer by words again. So that was fun. 3 more weeks. 3 more short stories. Da, 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 da. Yes, I'm counting down. I don't care. Anyways, That's this week's short story. Very, very, very short and simple. Have a good weekend. Bye, Shell.
And bye to all you other wonderful weirdos watching.